Chief here, and I have another thought. Today, I was thinking about the merging of worlds, specifically two ethereals. This reality, this current reality, I'm just calling this reality, like the space where we exist, reality, um, our actual existence, and social media, or the online space in general. I believe that we have melded those two realities instead of keeping them separate. Because originally, I think social media was us taking what we observed in the real world or in our actual realities in our everyday lives, and then we transfer them to the social media sphere, where we tried to be, I wouldn't say authentic, but it was less caricature driven, where we're all just making some kind of caricature of ourselves, or maybe that's what it originally was, us just making some, some separate version of ourselves online. But it was based upon our reality and what we're ascribed to, what we do every day and who we are, even though who we are was still manufactured by newspapers and magazines and television shows and films and movies, music. I think once you introduce the social media space into the online world, you can meld a lot of different ideas, especially when social media can actually disseminate, or people can access information, the same information, and you can pass a lot of information along very easily and quickly. So that works with actual factual information, supposedly, and it also works with ideology, theology, propaganda. So it works. So I think that what has happened, that propaganda has been allowed to be disseminated so quickly and so easily, and we're so entrenched on the online space, that what we're seeing online and the ideologies that we're pretty much getting from online, and especially when it's being pushed by influencers and people who are supposed to have some esteem in whatever field or endeavor that they engage in, or whatever their occupation is. And then they're the ones saying that an ideology is something that is worth following. Then for some reason, a lot of people, since they are engaged in the online space more than they're probably engaged in reality, even at work, most people are probably engaging on the online space, in my experience. So we have melded these two realities, so the ideologies are necessarily coming to reflect in the reality that we all live in. Even if these are very, very, ideas and ideologies that are obscure, that really people wouldn't, follow on their face if there weren't a lot of people promoting it and saying that it's a good thing. Especially, again, people who are so-called influential. Especially especially when they do this against a population who has been dumbed down. And that comes from everything, like our diet helped dumb us down, and specifically the things that we're being taught and the way we're being taught not to think. So often a lot of us, even myself included, it's hard for us to even separate the online space from the real world, because we still think that what we're taking from the real world is supposed to be on the online, is supposed to be what we reflect on the online space. But I believe what's happening is people are trying to manufacture their reality to actually, become something different in the online space. So then they're trying to actually make their reality match their who they want to be on the online space based upon the ideologies that they receive on the online space. And I think that's purposely done. We are a distracted population. That's why we tend not to care about the the true issues that are going on in our society. And then once we, start looking back and start reflecting, if we ever do, we start realizing that, we're culpable for the destruction of the society because we were too busy trying to mold our reality to the online space. We're too busy trying to individualize and make our personal, identifications or whatever, or incidental characteristics, or, whatever the fuck you want to say. We were too busy trying to manufacture them for a space that, is pretty much could be inconsequential to our lives. The only way that usually the online space can be consequential for people is as a tool to monetize whatever your business is. And I think that's all the social media companies and every site online pretty much is trying to do. So the propagation of certain ideologies doesn't come from a good space. So when our reality is being distracted by a whole bunch of individuals who are just trying to feel good on the online space and go by trends and what they suppose is the actual reality of the world, they can't separate the two. They think that they even live their experiences through other people's experience in reality that they promote, or supposed experience that they're not even able to investigate, that people may espouse in the online space. So it's actually becoming kind of, shame. It's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's what the fuck's happening. Except for it's not cartoons. It's a fucking social media. So holy fuck, I don't know how else to say it, but I can't explain things well. But if I relate it to that film, it's like cartoons meld with reality. It's like television too. They come from the television or the film screen. And they just start talking to people and shit. But really, people are turning into cartoon characters and then trying to jump into the TV or jump into the movie. That's more sacrosanct. I think that's more succinct. Holy shit, But we gotta find a way to separate them, because it's getting... because people aren't living authentically. And if people aren't living authentically, we can't really assess reality in a meaningful way, especially if we're trying to cater to a lot of people's personal identity that they're trying to actually, that they're only creating based upon approval from the online space. I hope that all made sense. Oh, fucking well. But anyway, that's my thought of the day. Chief again, and I would like to thank you for listening to my inane pontificating. Please like and subscribe to Bad Thoughts Publishing Company on YouTube. Thank you so much.